There, cue the dummy, so I can go like this now.
So,
There it is.
welcome back, everybody, to our Loosey Goosey show, and it's going to be this week. I got to tell you, we're on location this week, a little bit different. We're at Concept Leather in downtown Acton. They're located at 47 Mill Street East, pretty much right next door to Vinyl Land and the coffee shop next door. Do you get the coffee smell over here, Zena? Oh, I bet that must be nice in the mornings. So yeah, we're doing our Shop Local campaign with the Chamber of Commerce and hashtag Shop the Hills contest that they're actually having right now. That's going to be going on.
That's going very well, actually.
Yeah,
it's all over the internet, all over our Facebook groups.
Yeah, it's dynamite. So like I said, we're at Concept Leather, and it's not just a leather store. They do repairs as well. They customize all kinds of good, cool things. Whether you want to get, like I was noticing the work vests that they have in here, the nice cool leather work vests that are very cool. And being Shop Local that we're promoting right now is maybe, come in and check out some of the cool purses that we see behind us and all kinds of cool leather goods, including assless chaps.
Yeah, I was going to have mine custom made here, but you've already, and apparently the owner tells me that you need a little bit of direction
on how to wear them correctly.
On how to wear them properly, probably because you don't have much of a butt there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a problem holding them up with my butt, I'll tell you that, but there's something sexy about a leather store, too.
Well, just the smells.
And the fact that Acton is leather town, and this is a leather center.
Very much so.
That makes it the center of the universe.
We're grateful for Zena allowing us to come in and just absolutely take over her place for a little bit. But again, we really want to promote Shop Local. With the Christmas season around the corner, we want to encourage you, gift certificates. Check out their website. They've got deals on all kinds of stuff for the holiday season. So, like I said, they're at 47 Mill Street East. You got to come in and check them out. You can give them a call at 705-790-9376. And like I said, it's best to come in, because I'll tell you, once you get in here and get a look around, you're going to love it. So.
And the smell is wonderful.
Oh, I love it,
man.
It's
a sexy smell, that leather smell.
It's like that fine beautiful Corinthian leather.
Ricardo
Montalban.
And the Chrysler Cordoba.
Yeah.
I think of new cars and
when you smell that leather smell, right?
Just a wonderful smell.
Awesome.
Almost as good as fried onions, not quite, but it's getting there. All right, so we're brought to you, of course, by Max Tires as well. And if you haven't got your snows on by now, you should really have them on. 905-873-9255. They have licensed mechanics, and they also service trucks now. And they have Jamie from TNT now working with them. And of course, Fred's Towing. Hello to the guys there. And
they're still looking for
drivers. They're still looking for drivers, as is Easy Taxi are looking for drivers too.
Because we missed you all last week, so we've
I had a bad back.
Still do, but
and he seemed to have grown in height somewhat. Or is this the fact that I'm on a lower chair than you?
It's funny. I'm looking at the video and I'm thinking the Bob and Doug McKenzie thing, but it's like.
I know.
Please call him Bob.
Do you remember the Looney Tunes, and they had that big guy driving around in the car, and he got out and he had little tiny legs? All right, that's what I feel like right now. All right, so we can get on. I guess the big headlines, nothing really overly, but
well, the Omicron, right?
Omicron, it's like
we got this bullshit going on. That's it's going to carry on, man.
The new movie, Omicron.
Yeah, that's a good name for it, actually.
COVID-7, Omicron, now at theaters. And there we go again.
As death becomes us.
That's right. We've had a few outbreaks in local schools, one in Burlington, 2 in Oakville, and one in Georgetown at Holy Cross. We're not sure about how many, if they've closed the classrooms or anything, but that's right off the wire. And of course, last weekend we had our Christmas parade, which was wonderful, by the way.
Oh, it's a good turnout,
Who
too.
was the marching band in the Georgetown parade? They were absolutely amazing.
Oh, really?
Amazing.
Yeah, I didn't catch it.
Well, our studio is right on Guelph Street. Santa comes right by our studio every Christmas. And the Acton one was fun.
The turnout. I walked out to the street. The turnout was fantastic.
Absolutely.
It was absolutely dynamite, and everybody wanted to see Santa this year. So
I think we're coming out of our COVID shell a little
bit. I think a little bit, and then we're going to be stuffed back in. I got a funny feeling, with this Omicron variant, whatever, blah, they want to call it.
There's already a couple of cases in Halton.
We've already got a few. Halton records show another 30-plus new daily COVID-19 cases as more cases of the Omicron variant have become confirmed across the province. Thursday, Dr. Kieran Moore, Ontario's Chief Medical Officer, stated in a news conference that health officials have identified 5 total cases of the new variant here in Ontario alone. Omicron variant reminds us that the COVID pandemic is far from over, urging residents to stay cautious and follow public health measures, commented Dr. Kieran Moore. There continues to be evolving information on the variant's transmissibility and the severity of its impact on the vaccine effectiveness, and we continue to closely monitor the situation globally and here in Ontario. So, the variants are already here. Again, they're not going to shut down the airports. Just mind-boggling how stupid some of these decisions are. But, do we go back into a lockdown situation and get where we were a year ago? Or do we just keep going along and with more people being vaccinated?
I'd love to look into my crystal ball and see what the next 10 years is going
Even
to
the next
unveil.
year.
Are we going to be going through this forever?
Well,
Ever
I bet,
and
I
ever
bet
and
the
ever?
way it's going with
As
this
it
Omicron
mutates?
and other mutations that are coming.
And again,
there's been a big question whether or not the vaccinations are going to do anything with the new variants.
They just don't know. And again, it's all so new, and we're back where we were 2 years ago. So really, I don't see it taking a step forward.
So I'm double vaxxed, so are you. And now they're asking, I'm over 50. So now they're saying to me, okay, you need a booster shot.
I know.
Okay, so now I have to go for a third.
So
I haven't had a cold in 2 years.
Yeah.
Seriously. I haven't. Everybody has a cold every 3 or 4 months, or sick or something. Because of wearing the mask all the time, I guess it protects us from everything else. And I haven't had a cold. I'm serious.
I haven't been sick
Nothing.
in about 6 years.
Like I've had I've eaten the wrong things and gut ache and stuff like that. The basic stuff. But having a cold, haven't had a cold.
Yeah.
Just amazing. But now residents age 50 and older will be eligible to book an appointment, and you can pick up COVID-19 vaccine booster shot beginning in the middle of the month. Apparently in mid-December, the Ontario government announced this last Thursday. And beginning Monday, this coming Monday, individuals age 50 and over will be eligible to schedule their booster dose appointment, mentioned Dr. Kieran Moore, who's you were just mentioning, Ontario's Chief Medical Officer of Health, in a news conference. He mentioned Ontario will further widen eligibility for extra doses on age and risk with a time period of 6 to 8 months from the second dose, starting in January of next year, and so on and so forth and so on. It continues.
I've had all my stuff. And
Yeah.
Enough's enough.
I don't know if I'm going to go for a booster.
And I think a lot of it too, like I said, and I've been saying this for over a year now, is the wishy-washiness of everything has just gotten to the point where, you want to stand there with a pitchfork and some rubber boots because the BS is just piling so high and you're sick and tired of it. So, you know what? Enough about that. Some cool news, local news. This is really, really cool, and it's so funny that you finally remembered who Scott was. Young Acton native and radio broadcaster Scott Brooks. He's a local historian who started a popular Facebook page, Vintage Acton, back in 2017. Over the last 4 months, Brooks contributed to the chronicles of the COVID-19 pandemic by making an audio documentary about COVID-19 and its effect on the Acton community and its local businesses. Scott reads history as it's happening in his audio documentary, the local impacts of COVID-19, which makes Scott's documentary different from those made in the current media, is that Scott's film is centered around those who make up the Acton community. In his audio documentary, Scott interviews the town of Halton Hills, the Acton BIA, and local business owners and other social groups as well. And, very proud of Scott. Scott started with us back on Halton Hits. Right out of high school before he went to college to learn broadcasting, and he was an intern with us for over a year. And,
Great. We'll get him on the show.
Yeah, we'll definitely get him on and talk a little bit about Vintage Acton. And if you haven't seen it, check out the page. It is so very, very cool. Some of the stuff he's got on there dates back to when, this was a dirt road out front here. So
They have very cool pictures.
Yeah.
Some of the old the shops. There was a picture of a lady who'd won something in a local drugstore back in the 40s.
Right.
And it was just an incredibly interesting picture. Like you want to dive into it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? There's an
Yeah.
old picture like that. And it's fascinating.
No, Scott's always been very interested in, even when he was back interning with us, because that was back, oh my God, that had to have been 2013 or 14. He was very interested in the community and the ancestry of it all too as well.
We've got such a rich history
Oh, yeah.
here. Georgetown, Acton, Halton Hills.
Being the tannery too as well, Leathertown.
Acton. There's a fascinating video on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen it, of the life in Acton in 1949. It was a day, just an ordinary day.
Right.
And somebody took a video of Acton back in 1949.
Wow.
And everybody going about their business.
Yeah.
And everybody was wearing dinner jackets back then too. Acton dinner jackets. If you want to blend in Acton, by the way, just throw one of these on and walk down the street.
We'll have to see if we can get one made out of leather.
Yes, wouldn't that be interesting?
It'd weigh a ton.
That's a lot of dye.
That's a lot of color.
But it's the rich history that we have here. We take for granted.
Very much
There's
so.
a lot of it out there that we can find out about, and of course, is it my story or yours?
Yep.
My mind's wandering again.
I can tell.
It does. It does. Town council. I'll be all right. Town council.
Got a new set of teeth today?
Huh?
New teeth today?
No, I put the other ones on and got the others in a glass jar. Town council recently said yes to an Activan pilot project that provides a shuttle service between here and Oakville Hospital, which has been needed for a long time.
Yeah, big time.
There's people with medical problems that live here, either in Acton or in Georgetown or in Halton Hills, that can't get to the major hospital, Milton or Oakville.
Yeah.
So now, according to staff post from Halton Hills Transit Supervisor Deanne Loosey, the program that's slated to run until June the 30th, 2022, will support registered Activan clients by providing improved cross-boundary travel and access to Oakville Hospital for cooperative programs, medical appointments, and transfer to other municipal transit services.
Yeah.
This is going to go. This is definitely needed.
Yeah, it's very much needed.
The pilot adds to Activan's traditional service, of course, which provides specialized transportation throughout our area for Halton Hills residents 65 and older and those with disabilities. And a lot of people don't know that you can register for this. You can.
Oh gosh,
You can go anywhere in Halton Hills for $3 in the day, $4 at night. It's
check it out.
It's
HaltonHills.ca on their website, and you can even register through the website. And
our buddy, she's an Activan driver.
Yeah, Tracy Quinn.
Tracy Quinn.
She was over helping you with your Android boxes and stuff like that, and
they're awesome.
Nice big Activan jacket on she had. So she was
wearing the Activan swag.
Yeah, exactly. She's a busy girl. Like the amount of stuff she's got going on is incredible.
Always.
Yeah. Jumping into another story, we brought this up a few weeks ago. The Ontario Optometrists put hold on their job action and entered negotiations with the province on the OHIP-insured eye care. Halton's asking the Ford government to protect the crucial service and fund it fairly. During the last meeting, Regional Council had unanimous. I got it too.
Yeah, you
give
got
me your
it too.
teeth.
I'm glad.
I need to take over for you two
Give me your
tonight.
Unanimously passed the motion that calls on those at Queen's Park to fund eye care services, at least the cost of delivery. The resolution put up by Halton Hills Rick Mayor Bonnet explains that payments from OHIP for children's and senior eye care services have only gone up 9% over the last 3 decades, which has not come close to matching the inflation costs. And people like myself, diabetics, like I have to get tested every year. Well, that's covered under OHIP.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have to pay for that out of pocket. So there's.
But these prices have stayed the same, low price for years.
Oh yeah, they haven't changed anything. They haven't done anything.
Now the mayor's getting involved.
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
good. We need some help with that.
Usually helps when Rick gets involved. So.
All right, plans to electrify the rail line through Guelph, previously called the key step in the delivery of two-way all-day GO train service. Well, it's been shelved,
You're
according
kidding me.
to a Metrolinx representative. And it's upset and pissed off a few people in Guelph. This blew my mind, mentioned Councillor Phil Alt, who learned during a Tuesday evening town hall style meeting for Ward 3 in Guelph that the project had been put on hold. And if that guy did not speak out of turn, this is earth-shattering news, he said, for a lot of people. A spokesperson for Metrolinx who was participating in the meeting actually gave the news at the meeting. Nobody knew it was coming. We are not able to electrify the full Kitchener corridor as a result of the CN ownership between Bramalea and Georgetown GO Station, and as a result, no real benefit to electrifying the rest of it, really, when you think about it. So it's an ownership problem.
More broken promises.
But, all day GO, this is a very busy area.
Yeah.
All day
Well,
GO.
it would eliminate
I
a
thought
lot
it was coming. I thought it was a done deal, and now it's
It would eliminate a lot of this traffic we see outside the door here
95%
today,
of the people that drive in Acton are not from here.
No.
It's
And,
not like it's a highway or,
Yeah.
even
It is a
if
highway.
Well, it is, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Space-wise, like,
Especially when you're talking the downtown corridor here.
Well,
You
it took
know,
me 10 minutes to cross the road here.
Yeah,
Like taking my life in my hands.
But I get a kick out of the guy commenting earth-shattering. Well, let's not blow this out of proportion, buddy.
Well, it is
Like,
earth-shattering for people that commute back and forth all the time.
yeah. Well, especially
it's a
when they
pain
were
to
they
grab
were
a
going to be
bus.
relying on that. And, it's sad. But again, they make all these promises. Same with we were supposed to have regular GO train service from here in Acton to Toronto. That's been put on hold. I don't know how many times and delayed how many times because Metrolinx cries the blues that they don't have the money or this or that. Like, come on, really? Quit making promises that you can't keep and keep your foot in your mouth.
In defense to them, they've gone through a rough time with nobody going anywhere
Yeah, well,
for
that
2
too.
years, which is probably
But
eating
no different
their
than
bank
anybody
account.
else. There's programs out there for them, and they're a crown corporation. They've got the government in their back pocket, so I can't feel too sorry for them. Just doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
We were talking about this just before we started. Detectives are reaching out to the public for any help in a fatal shooting that left a family devastated with the death of a loved one. Halton Regional Police is putting up a $50,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and prosecution of the persons or persons involved for the death of Ryan Lord. You may remember that story. We did it last year.
Big story last year.
Just after 11 p.m. on October 29, 2019, 36-year-old Lord was shot and killed outside of his home in the location of Monarch Drive and Niagara Trail in Georgetown. The police are asking anyone with CCTV video footage or dash cam that might further the investigation. I think it's a little late to be asking for this now, but if you do keep it and have some CCTV camera stuff from your, Ring camera or whatever, please contact the Halton Regional Police. You can go through Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS, or you can also go through their website at www.haltoncrimestoppers.ca. So very sad that they still haven't gotten to the bottom of that one.
Well, he was a loved one, and you lose a loved one like that. My God, it's horrifying.
Especially in this area. It's so bizarre that
What are we doing? Playing with rocks.
to have a murder.
Ah, there you go.
To have a murder in this area is just so unusual. We had the house fire with the couple there, and then that one was basically right after. Remember?
Well, it's only a couple of blocks away from each other.
Yeah, so kind of suspicious there too. So,
two totally different stories, but very close in geography. We're not used to stuff like this in Halton Hills.
No.
And for them to put up $50,000,
good chunk of change.
It's obviously something that's very important, and we get this case solved and quickly. How quickly, of course, is another story.
So, like I say, you've got some CCTV camera that you have from last year.
It's amazing what they catch on cameras. If you
it's-
go on YouTube, there's something new every day.
Even that one, the house fire.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have caught the guy across the street had CCTV camera, and they caught the guy coming out of the garage and whatnot.
Yes.
So you can't say it doesn't work.
Oh,
it does work.
It does work. It does work. A new exhibition will open in the Sisnet lobby of the town. As a matter of fact, it's open already. The annual holiday show and sale features work in a variety of media by artists and artisans of Halton Hills. And don't miss this opportunity to find the perfect gift for the holiday season and support our talented local artists. The show continues until January the 9th. In the Halton Gallery, Best of the Southern Ontario Visual Artists is currently on view until late February. SOVA is a small collective that has been exhibiting together in Ontario for quite a few years now. And the show features work in a variety of media and styles by Robert Chisholm, Lyndon Cowan, Helen Duplessis, Joanne Lomas, Doreen Murphy, Margaret Party, Sherry Park, Lynn Schumacher, Steve Wilson, and Janice Yakima. And together they form an entire baseball team.
Yeah, basically.
It's a lot of people.
Or a rugby team. Well,
Yeah,
you know.
but there's a lot of local artists.
There is,
There's
man.
more to that
And
list.
and
too,
that,
right?
you know, the Halton Gallery, the Cisnet, all of that just has some fantastic stuff going on all the time. So
Very
you know,
elegant building, too.
very
Beautiful
much so,
building.
yeah, very much so. Another stories we hate to bring out, but we do the news, and that's part of doing the news.
Yeah.
Georgetown man has been charged with sexual assault and also luring a child. Halton police stated a 33-year-old met the teenage victim on social media app called Omegle. Omegle?
Yeah.
I've never even heard of this one.
No, there's so many of them.
There's
out
so
there.
many now. According to police, the man allegedly gave her contact name for another social media app called Kik, where he used the online name 22badboy22, and the man and the victim began to exchange messages. Police mentioned that the man allegedly arranged to meet the victim and to sexually assault her, and police believe there may be other victims as well, so that's why we had that online name there for you, 22badboy22. Please keep an eye out for that. Anyone who has traded messages is asked to contact Amanda Bowden from the Child Sex Abuse Assault Unit at Halton Regional Police. You can reach her at 905-465-8918 or amanda.bowden@haltonpolice.ca. The accused is charged with 2 counts of luring a child, invitation to sexual touching, sexual assault, sexual interference, and he's being held in custody, posting bail this week in Milton. And yeah, you can also set your tips through Crime Stoppers as well. So yeah, if anybody's had communication with this dirtbag, then please get in contact with them, or their child has, you know, if you're a parent, please get in contact with the police.
Yeah, and that's a serious, serious story. Now, we've got some good news in Georgetown. With its traditional home at the First Ontario Arts Centre, Milton is being shut down, of course,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
festival will hold screenings. Temporary home is our own John Elliott Theatre in Georgetown. The festival begins on January the 29th with a week of online viewing, which will be followed by 3 days of an in-person screening starting on February the 4th. And that will also take in the festival's short film program, audience question and answers, interviews, and special guests. And it's so nice to be hosting something like this. Have you ever been to the Milton one?
Oh gosh, yeah,
like that?
yeah, it's a gorgeous place.
Yeah, it's
But I think the capacity issue is the issue there, because it's such a larger capacity, whereas that one they can keep the capacity levels a little bit lower during their COVID, you know, situation going on. So
but we'll take it. We'll take it.
well, it just it kind of confuses me that it's okay to have it here but not there. Like
So many things confuse me
again,
nowadays.
wishy-washy bunch of BS we're being fed. So yeah, would be interesting to get down to the real true facts one day.
That'll never happen.
No, I don't know. It'll never get released.
No.
That's for sure. Because that would just be nothing but embarrassing to the people that have been lying to us all this time. So, my favorite people, the Halton District Catholic School Board. A local parent has asked them to take a look at the makeup of its staff. Toloni Fetapigi,
That's her name, yeah.
I would say, delegated at the November 16th meeting and told trustees that she's noticed a shortage of minority representation at her school, her children's Oakville school. She requested information on the demographics of teaching and non-teaching staff, as well as a report that details the board's efforts in recruiting minority talent in the last 5 years. Do you have nothing better to do with your time? Really, this board is in such a flux of nightmare.
It just reminds me of the Jerry Springer show.
Oh, it is. It's the unbelievable that this board still manages to operate and get away with what they're getting away with. Now you want to throw this on top of the pile, and I'm sorry, I don't get the. You know, we're one of the most equality countries in the world.
We're probably the most.
Probably the most, and people still want to complain about it to this day, and it just boggles my mind. Have you nothing better to do with your time than to bitch and whine about stuff like this? Really, like, come on.
It gets out of your skin. Gets out of your skin after a while. No doubt about it. Now,
Forget about it.
turning to sports, the Raiders are doing well this year.
Yeah, they're doing good.
The OJHL. I want to remind you about a show. It's called the OJ Today, and it's available on YouTube, and it goes through the entire OJHL league, because a lot of people around here don't understand the OJHL.
Yeah.
They don't know who the Trenton team is. They don't
Right.
know who the Lindsay team are. This explains everything and goes through, just like a regular show on Sportsnet, everything going on in the OJHL. And the Raiders are always highly thought of on the show,
Right.
and featured a lot. Now, the Aurora Tigers defeated them on 3-2 last Saturday. They've had a week off. And to think about that.
Yeah.
But we're doing well. We're up there with Oakville and Burlington
Yeah,
in the Western Division. And we're hosting the Burlington Cougars on Saturday night. So, folks.
That's always a good game.
Here, well. of
Always
course,
a good game.
It's like Oakville, Burlington, Georgetown, Milton. It's the four-way.
Yeah.
You know, it's the Halton, the dig, you know.
The Golden Horseshoe.
Yeah, but Burlington's a good team too. But get your family together.
Go on out.
Go on out. Watch the hockey game.
Eat some French fries and some hot dogs and.
For the national radio we do with GTA and 108, I do news, weather, sports, national. I see the attendances in Junior A and Junior B hockey across Canada. It's higher in other areas than it is here.
Yeah.
You go to Northern Ontario, to a small little town like Kapuskasing. They've got 900 to 1,000 people watching the local team. We've got maybe 120.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. This is the GTA. This is...
and it's good hockey.
The level of hockey at the OJHL, people don't understand. It's just below the OHL.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of kids going off to the American
Some of these kids are jumping right up to some of them are jumping right up to the big show.
How many Raiders that play in the NHL eventually, you know?
Yeah.
Take a look. There's quite a few of them there.
And not just that, I was going to mention when you were talking about it, but even some of these other teams, like you say, Trenton and Oshawa and stuff like that, St. Mike's, we have Georgetown and Acton kids that grew up here that play for those teams. They don't always get to play for the Georgetown Raiders.
No.
They get drafted by these other minor league teams, and that's who they go play for. So not just Raiders that we've had make it to the NHL. How many local students and even referees, for crying out loud?
And Brian Lewis.
You know,
Brian
Lewis, Macaulay family.
The Macaulays are rock stars.
You know,
I knew Irene. She used to be, Irene Macaulay used to be the head chair at the school board.
Right.
At the Catholic
It's
school board.
Catholic school. Maybe they need her
I
back.
heard all kinds of stories about Bobby Hull and all these.
Well, she is a referee.
She
Yeah,
knew them.
exactly.
She knew them. They,
Just stand there with
Johnny
the shirt
Bauer-
on, the whistle.
Johnny
you're-
Bauer would come over for supper. And, I mean, it was just so interesting talking to her. And the Macaulays are legendary. Man.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And John, not too many people noticed, not only was he a great ref and a great ambassador for the NHL, he was one hell of a lacrosse player.
And he was
One hell of a lacrosse
he was
player.
my coach when I was 12 years
Was he?
old. Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
I played in Georgetown, and him and Pat Colson were my coaches for the team. So
That's awesome.
yeah, we didn't know. It was so funny because we got to halfway through the season and we didn't know he was an NHL ref. We didn't put it together.
Yeah.
And he came in and he took us all down to a Toronto Maple Leaf game. We got to go meet all the players, the whole team, everything, all like backstage pass kind of access and everything. Oh, it was phenomenal.
Is
and
there
then
a bird back there?
Yeah.
Oh my
He's
God.
Pearl has been replaced.
Pearl has been replaced.
took
I
him
just
this
realized
long.
there's a bird behind me. I thought a putty tat.
just
I did see a putty tat.
Two budgies, right?
yeah.
Cool.
So I was thinking that earlier when I heard the bird chirp. I'm like, oh, Russ
It's
is going to
been
feel like we're at
quiet
Leah's
until now,
house.
and I just heard something. I'm going, that's got to be a budgie.
He's
Pearl
gonna,
has been replaced temporarily.
temporarily.
Pearl is still alive and well in Cambridge.
So like we said, we've been on location today at Concept Leather. We want to thank Zena so much for allowing us into her space, and you got to come down and check this out. There's so many cool items to see here. Great Christmas ideas, Christmas or gift certificates as well. You can contact her at 705-790-9376. But it's not just presents and stuff. You got to come in and get repairs done. I've brought my jacket and boots over to get some zippers replaced and stuff like that. So there's all kinds of stuff like that.
Make to order. You don't have to just
Sure.
get what's on our shelf. If there's
Do
something
you actually use
made,
that Singer sewing machine?
Every week.
How old is that?
That is 1904.
1904 Singer sewing machine, sitting right in the store, and you can. Let's have a look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. My brother used to be a sewing machine mechanic.
Oh yeah,
all the time.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it's like being a doctor.
Oh gosh, yeah. They're pretty intricate machines, man. I've ripped a few apart in my years, and always seem to have about 4 pieces left over at the end that you just don't know where they go.
That's
My parents hated me for that. So.
All right, so don't forget Max Tires as well, 905-873-9255. If you haven't got your tires on yet, call them and get your tires on.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
we've had some nasty weather around here.
And it's
we had a
more's coming.
fatality a couple of weeks ago between 4th and 5th line. You have to
And just because you have your snows on doesn't mean you drive like a tool.
No.
You still have to drive cautiously with your snows on as well. You know, I get a kick out of people that throw them on and think, I can do this speed. No problem.
So Max Tires, 925-873-9255, and don't you forget it.
Don't you forget it.
And they also have fixed trucks, fixed cars. They have Smudge, who, it's not hard to follow Smudge around you because he
fingerprints
leaves his
everywhere.
Mark everywhere. We know
Everywhere.
we love Smudge very much. Fred's Tires.
Well, that's
Fred's
how
towing.
it down.
Yeah, how many weeks have we been doing this?
Well, you see, we had a week off last week.
I know, that
And
did-
I'm,
it did mess
Fred's
things up a little
towing,
bit.
looking for drivers.
Yes,
Be careful.
definitely.
Hats off to the guys at Fred's.
Yeah.
Watch them when they're
Slow
with the
down,
police,
move over, give them tons of room.
because they're in there with the police and the ambulance and everything else. And I'm scared for those guys
I
out there
do.
sometimes.
It does.
And,
not a job I'd want to do. Thank
No.
you.
Easy Taxi also looking for drivers too.
Yes, don't drink
very
and drive
busy
this holiday
company.
season. Call a cab this season,
Absolutely.
please.
And don't forget the Appellation, of course.
We'll be back there next week.
Our wonderful friend Larry Melton, who does so much for this community.
For the
And,
Georgetown Food Bank, yeah.
We love Larry. Yeah, he's such a talent, and he always jumps in to help. And he's got so many friends. So many
yeah.
friends. Every Wednesday night, he's there at the
Appellation.
and you go in and you make a donation to the food bank.
Absolutely.
And you see some great rock and roll.
And that's it.
And donate, even if you can't make it, go in ahead of time or after the fact.
Yeah.
And
donate
donate.
anyway.
Yep. It's a great spot to drop stuff off. It's nice and easy to get in
The
and out.
Appellation, I'm thinking about Mania saying, you should call this the Gibby.
The Gibby.
Wouldn't it be awesome to be called the Gibby? Hey, you going down to the Gibby?
I'd get people's
about
attention, that's for sure.
Yeah, he won't do it.
Yes.
But the Appellation is really an exciting bar. And on the weekend, it's
little
the
room
place
that
to
rocks.
be. It's a little room that rocks. And
My
of
band will be
course,
back there in January.
Yep.
We've been brought back, so we're
Yeah,
back there
Tin
in
Roof
January.
is coming in January, and
Yeah.
we have Practically Hip, which are sold out.
Yeah, that goes on the Friday to tonight, and tomorrow night they're sold out.
And
Yeah.
ladies, before we go, if you don't like being in the kitchen at Christmas time and cooking and cleaning, and then you go to the Appellation, you give them $50 plus tax, they will give you a meal for a king.
Oh, God,
The
yeah.
paper plates, you don't even have to wash them. It's just great.
Daddy's favorite.
Oh,
Big
I love
Daddy's
it.
favorite.
I had it for Thanksgiving, and I'm having it every holiday
Yeah.
because it takes all the stress off of families in the kitchen.
Yeah.
'Cause that is the testiest area in the room at Christmas. And
That's usually when the alcohol comes out.
That's when the alcohol comes out, and that's when you see, they're on the couch like this. The guys and the ladies are working. None of that no more.
Yeah.
Well, it's
more.
also good for seniors or people that are on their
Absolutely.
own. They don't have family close by.
I'm doing it this year, so yeah, it's for me, it's absolutely. One thing I did want to mention too, guys, you're always looking for that special gift for the wife for Christmas, because guys always struggle with that, right? What do you get the wife? What do you get the wife? Because you know what?
Don't
When
get
I
her a
was here
fry pan.
earlier, the purses she has in here, almost 90% of the women I know would kill to have a
they're
purse like
beautiful.
that. They are gorgeous purses. Make sure you come to Concept Leather. They're at 47 Mill Street East, right downtown Acton, right beside Vinyl Land. So come check them out. Get yourself all lined up for Christmas this year. And
Do we have a special on assless chaps?
wow.
Yeah,
Look
let's
at
see
these
your
puppies.
assless chaps. There they are.
These puppies.
Right there, puppies. You're not
They're
holding
actually, you
them
know
up,
what? I've
Lee.
been wearing these the whole time I've been here, and they're very comfortable, you know. So for riding, you know, whether you're horseback, motorcycle, perfect.
And
So-
everyone
so where's
knows.
your horse?
Everyone knows that Lee is a large. Okay. Large assless chaps. If you're buying them for Lee, and this is the place to buy them at Concept Leather Company.
Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great weekend. Please don't drink and drive. Call a cab. You can call Easy Taxi at 873-9900. And yeah.
Community is driven by community. You navigate, and
We drive.
We drive.
can I play my thing?
Sure. Just don't do it on TV.
No. Nice assless chaps.